dispatch.
What's the packet? Can you check the area 3401 Charles Street for an incomplete 911? It was an abandoned with nothing heard. We attempted to call back multiple times, but no answer. Six. Eight.
What are you looking at? Huh? What is going on?
Oh, I just want someone else who right talk to him.
Who?
He's a dude who was like praying and stuff, and he was like writing "help me" on the wall, but they made it like a lawsuit against us and a piece of paper. And he's big.
Did they kick him out at one point?
They're evicting him now. So I just want to talk to him.
It's Tafini, right? I think I've dealt with him before.
I just want to talk to him.
Where's he at?
Well, he's downstairs. I guess he just got charged with assault. Police officer?
Yeah, this is what I thought it was. He don't like us. What's the problem today?
That's the problem.
It's a problem, but he lives here.
We don't know if it's him or not. I guess he's doing YouTube or something, and then, like, I guess they got doxxed. So, like, people were sending the 1-800 drunk people here and a whole bunch of pizza deliveries and other stuff. So, I'm trying to see if he's
What does 88 mean?
52.
I don't know either.
Infinity, maybe? NNN. There's HH in
What
the
did
back.
they say? NNN?
Looks like it.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Neither do I. I know that one. That's bad. That's not nice. I don't know the other two things.
No requirement.
Where's he at?
Downstairs.
Downstairs? What do they want?
Well, if it's not him, they want charges. If it is him, then they can't be charges. So I'm trying to see, because he's doing YouTube or something. So I'll see if he's been beefing with people online and see if we can find somebody, or if he just straight up tells me it was him. Because, I mean, when I was talking to him, I was like...
You didn't talk to him?
No, I didn't talk to him. I was talking to him, and I didn't know that that was their son when I was talking to him, because I've never met them before. And I was like, I just want to talk to your son, and they're like being very scared about it, about me talking to him. And then once they brought up his name, I was like, oh, maybe he actually did do it.
Might be worth to see if they'll come up.
They want us to just go in the house and talk to him. They said there's no guns or knives in there, and we'll call him up the stairs.
What's his first name?
I don't know.
I think.
I just want to talk to him and get this done.
Okay.
Balance. What's your son's first name?
Alexander.
Are we going?
I could go get him. I mean, that's better.
Yeah, it'd be better.
If you're gonna bring him out here, I think it's better if you go in.
All right, come on in.
Go in.
You said no guns or knives, right? Or no guns?
Yeah. What's that? Yeah, that's downstairs.
Is there anything else?
So, I called the police about that vandalism, so they want to find out what's going on with information we know about. No pants, it's nothing you did, it's just, they want to know what. We're downstairs here, just want to ask you a few questions about all the pizza stuff.
Well, talk to him, but seriously, like, why do you have to do that, man?
Because of all that vandalism.
I mean, but why do you gotta involve me with it? Why don't you just explain to them what
They want to talk to everybody that lives here.
Okay, go talk to them.
That's all.
It's no big deal.
So,
Parents say you've been doing YouTube lately?
Yeah, like went viral, I guess. Some guy restreamed my live stream and it went viral, I guess, in this little community of like 6,000 people.
Okay.
Facebook, Reddit, YouTube.
Okay. So I hear that, people would send like pizzas and jump people's
Yes.
house.
They've been harassing me, my family, my fiance. You can ask any of them. Sending unpaid pizzas, making fake advertisements online saying that I'm selling. They put my address and my name because I had a LinkedIn profile. So it's all public. Because I'm an entertainer. Legitimately have my own entertainment business, my own label. And they're called trolls. They're basically terrorists, though. They call themselves trolls. They're really like terrorists. And at first I thought it was funny because they're just making little pictures and insulting me. That was like funny, you know what I mean? Like that's fine, whatever, I can handle that. But then the other day, it's live on YouTube. I'm in Planet Fitness in Stowe, down the street on Graham, working out on live because I just thought I'd go live, answer some questions. These people call up the phone, and I don't know what exactly they said, but they said in my chat something about a bomb or something. So they freaking start coming to me. I'm just minding my business, working out, not doing nothing to nobody. Start sending workers to me saying I have to leave and I'm kicked out for no reason, literally. And then the manager comes, confirms it. So I'm like, okay, whatever, dude, this is messed up. I literally didn't do anything. She literally tried to say, well, it's because you're wearing Crocs. When we literally had a conversation when I walked in, she mentioned to me I shouldn't wear Crocs the last time. So this time I walked in, I was like, oh shit, I'm wearing Crocs again. I literally talked to her as I walked in, and you could probably ask her and she'll confirm it. I said, can I wear just one more day? She said, okay, put them in sport mode, like a joke. So we were cool. Then she gets all these phone calls. They incite panic or whatever you want to call it. She freaks out, just wants to get rid of me. She just says, oh, it's because you're wearing Crocs. Literally, it's on the YouTube video.
Okay. Has there been anybody specific that was targeting you or anything like that?
There's a guy on YouTube, he's named William Gloriole. I don't know his real name. That's his handle on YouTube. I already reported it to the FBI, the Internet Criminal Investigate, the division. It's called like IC3 or something like that. I already made the report last night. I mean, it's getting out of hand, seriously. When they're calling up, I can handle the stuff before. The insults, all that stuff, the doxing, which means sharing my personal info. I was like, whatever, it's already public anyway, whatever. They're bringing it to light, they're advertising it, but it's whatever.
What is William Gloriole doing?
He's basically the leader. He has a lot of fans. He's basically giving orders to these trolls. And basically, behind the scenes, I can't directly prove it, but he's harassing me publicly on his YouTube channel. He's copying my stuff, and I've copyrighted it all. It's all getting taken down as we speak. And he's basically harassing me to the point of basically terrorism. And he's been doing this to other people for years. It's all documented. You can ask Chance Wilkins. He's in Akron. He's been suffering from this exact same thing for years.
Is there any reason someone would come here and draw swastikas?
Yes, I have a phone full of threats, voicemails, texts, saying this, that, they're going to do this to me, they're going to send this to me. They have my address, everything, so it's not far-fetched that someone could come here and do whatever. These people are literally terrorists. They called the gym and got my membership revoked permanently from every Planet Fitness. I can't even go work out anymore. Because they called the phone and just claimed something about a bomb or whatever they said. And I'm not even told what they said. I'm just, sir, you need to leave. I said, okay, well, what did I do? They can't say anything besides you're wearing Crocs. It's against the dress code. And then I get an email. I thought it was trespass. Because I got a voicemail from the Stowe cops, from some sergeant saying I'm trespass. I'm like, what the fuck, man? But I thought, whatever, I'll just go to a different one, you know what I mean, in Akron or whatever. No, I got an email from Planet Fitness saying that my membership has been permanently revoked for no reason. This is the type of stuff they do. That's just the beginning. Then they start harassing my family, leaking my dad's info, my mom's with pictures and everything.
Is there any reason why this violence started? Have you been doing anything?
No, I just went online on live because there's this guy named Chance Wilkins, aka Cyrax, Cyraxx on YouTube, and he has basically a huge community of, he's infamous, and basically he's a alleged pedophile. He's done a lot of messed up stuff, and so a lot of people, they think he's entertaining, but they hate him at the same time. I basically went live and I protested outside his house,
for residential fire alarm that
legally, I didn't do anything illegal. And they basically, the chatters in the live stream said that I was boring and I was begging for pizza because I did that. They said that, you know, if I went there, I'd get pizza and a drink or whatever. Then I asked for it, so I don't know, they called it begging, so they said I deserve, you know, the harassment. They said I was boring, I didn't deliver, so I deserve the harassment. I'm being dead serious, this isn't a joke. I mean, this is what these people do. It's like the scum of the internet. It's like all of them all together in one spot. I didn't know this at first.
So is there any specific individual that would come here and do these things?
Anyone that William Glory Hole is friends with, and he has a group of like, this is almost 90% of the people are just making funny jokes, and they're fine. But there's like the top like 10, I think there's like 10 or less of these people that do these messed up things in real life, call them, say I had a mom, whatever they said. Send the pizzas, make the fake ads. It's only like 10 or less people that are doing this. And they're all getting directed by William Glory or whoever he is. I haven't figured it out yet.
Okay. Just make sure you didn't spray paint inside the house, right?
No.
Okay. Have that.
No. These people, I mean, there's evidence of days and days and days of these people harassing me, sending things to the house, saying they're gonna, they even threatened, once the pizzas, you know, they did the pizzas and stuff, and it didn't really bother me too much, because again, it's, but then they started doing calling the gym, revoking my membership, saying this or that with bombs. That started to piss me off, you know what I mean? Like, and now they're really fucking with me. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is going too far. I didn't do anything but just, you said, claim I'm boring, and I asked for pizza.
Okay. Alright. That's all I need to know.
That's the truth. I mean, it's messed up. This is very uncommon. I get it, but this is not a joke. I mean, this is what, I have a phone full. I'm sure I could email someone a bunch of evidence. Screenshots, emails, voicemails, audio.
All right, Alex, it'll be documented. I appreciate it.
You guys have cameras? I'm sure he already has.
I just put some up yesterday.
Yesterday. You guys didn't see anyone on your property or anything like that?
No,
I think I've dealt with him before. I've never talked to you guys. How's the living situation been going?
not good.
Not good. That's why
Yeah.
we're not here. We're just.
Who else lives in here?
Just.
I mean, with your son. Is someone in there with your son?
That's his girlfriend. She's
Oh.
just visiting.
Okay.
She's got her own place.
Our son's just graduated from college. He's back home, so.
I don't know the whole situation too well. Does he have any diagnoses or anything?
I think he's underdiagnosed, but
Yeah.
he's had bipolar and pretty bad anxiety. But you know, as
He doesn't
things
really tell
go,
us what
like
Yeah.
as they get older, it's gotten worse. For
It
sure.
tends to do that, especially if you're not, being treated or getting any type of help.
Right.
Does he have any of that help or treatment?
Well, he's got a psychiatrist, and he takes but there's about 5 prescriptions
Okay.
that he takes.
Does he have a caseworker or anything like that?
Caseworker.
So it'd be like someone from the county that helps him?
No.
Okay.
He had an attorney that was trying to get him disability benefits, but at the time when the court hearing was, he was doing better, and he had a temporary job, and so they denied it.
Okay.
So then, we feel bad for him. He's our kid. We've tried
Right.
everything we can do to get him help, and he'll do better, and then it'll get bad. And
Yeah,
he
it
was
definitely
doing
comes in
fine
cycles.
Up till February, and then all of a sudden it just started up, and we don't know why.
I haven't. It's been a few months since I've. Because last time he said he got kicked out or something. Last time I dealt with him, he was like, we found him over on like Howe Ave.
Yeah, it was probably a month or so ago.
Yeah.
Half ago.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Well,
But
he was
a few
saying-
things happened in between then, right? With
Oh
him,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Akron or something.
Yeah,
and
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to
He-
close this
he was-
door and come
Yeah.
through the house, please.
Yeah, he was really out of his mind. He got his car repossessed.
Mm-hmm.
So we got him this car. He's doing okay. I'll pay you guys $100 a month. He said that's fine. And he's doing okay for for a year. I don't know. It's so weird. He flips out.
Yeah.
The girlfriend thinks he's like manic and then depressed, and manic and then
Sounds like what you said, what he's diagnosed with. But if he's not, up to date, taking his meds, or if he does any other type of drugs, even
If he
marijuana
is, I
would
wish
make it,
You know,
even though it's legal, it's still going to mess with,
yeah,
it's going to alter his mental state.
right. So we don't know what helps him, what doesn't help him, and
When did
so
he get
this
diagnosed?
Car, I mean,
For the bipolar?
I mean, I don't know, because he sees his own doctor, but he's been seeing a psychiatrist at Portage Path, and he's been going, I would say, for a good 4 years.
Okay.
It started with his primary care doctor when he was still under his benefits, and then the primary care said, you should really see mental health professionals, and he did transition. He, with varying degrees of on and off with that.
Right.
He did a rehab stint. That was 4 years ago when he did
What
the
was
rehab stint.
rehab for?
What drug?
Yeah.
What?
Alcohol, or is it?
Xanax.
Okay.
But it wasn't just Xanax, I think, that he was. Well, let's put it this way.
I
know lots of people
Yeah.
who have Xanax, and they don't act like that.
Use all the synthetic
gets
shit
on
anymore.
Sometimes,
some shit.
sometimes it's the combination of his diagnoses with the
Yeah.
drugs,
Yeah,
and
right.
it's like
Could
that.
be
It's the worst thing you can.
Mess.
And a lot of times when people get diagnosed with something like this, they think they can self-medicate, like temporary, they
Exactly.
feel better,
Exactly.
and then they realize it's just making it worse later, and they try other things, and
Yeah.
those are like the worst combinations. I'm just trying to,
What do you have to say about the graffiti?
said it wasn't him, said it was someone, which I don't know, he said someone's been doing something with pizzas, and he went
yeah.
viral or
that
something.
is
Put that sign up
absolutely-
there.
So did that actually happen? People were,
all that happened.
yeah, all that happened.
They
They
were
were coming-
1-800-JUNK showed up.
Okay, so all that stuff was actually
delivery.
happening.
People
10
were-
pizzas a day for a week.
Oh, good lord.
They were putting lists on Craigslist and saying we were giving away dumbbells or welding equipment. Just walk in the garage and take it. We had to.
Oh, my God.
This place. I mean, it's been hell.
Yeah,
Do you
I'm
guys know what he
very
does
welder.
on YouTube?
We don't know.
YouTube?
'Cause I mean,
it's on
obviously he
there.
made
It's
someone
on
mad, and
there.
now they're just.
He's
Right.
in these super dark
And they just
web chat groups.
Yeah, that's what he was
bunch
kind
of
of saying.
Psychos. And then it was like when it started, they got mad at him and they were retaliating against him. But then he had revealed our last name is so unusual. It's so
Yeah.
easy to
I'm gonna
find
get going.
us.
Yeah.
I'll move this car. Go ahead.
Okay. So it's so easy to find us. So I said, look, you know what? Every Dateline show I ever watched, you know what the biggest thing is? You underestimate. You don't think your loved one is ever really done. And when it got to where he was so delusional with
That's right,
I'm
respect
gonna be
2025-17383,
don't get me wrong. There are people who
17383.
do make a living doing
Yeah.
that. But I mean, you can't.
It's hard.
Let me tell you, he's playing the music so loud, and he's down there yelling and blah 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 in these checkers. And all we would do is say, like, hey, Al, can you keep it down? Sometimes if he was in a good mood, he would keep it down. He wouldn't get belligerent with us. But I mean, it just escalates to where he just so belligerent, and there is nothing we've asked him to do that isn't the bare minimum
Reasonable.
reasonable.
How old is he?
29.
29.
You have the keys for the.
I have the keys for the Acura. Oh, okay. Oh, I have the Buick keys too.
I might fill out a slip for him. It's something we do. It's called just a CIT for follow-up.
Okay.
It's just our CIT officer would come out with health professionals and just see if there's anything the county, us can help resource-wise.
Yeah, yeah.
He either is going to say F off, we don't want to hear from you,
Right.
but he may not.
He may not.
Maybe he wants some assistance. Like I said, it wouldn't be us. It's unless
Right.
person who does this for a living, almost, and then some caseworkers and someone with the county, they would come out and just kind of see if there's anything we can do for him. But I think maybe it's worth a try with everything he's going through.
Right.
If
Right.
that's not an avenue that you guys have explored yet.
Hey, anything that you can try
Yeah.
to help him. Like the last thing you want to do is a victim, because we know what it's like in Akron. There's a shooting. Look, somebody just died in McDonald's parking lot right down the street. We know it's horrible, but he has just got to the point with us that it's.
I know you guys have been going. I haven't talked to you guys, but we're familiar with the situation a
Oh,
little
I'm
bit,
sure
and
you
we know
are.
you guys have been going through it, and
We try to shelter and protect our younger son from all of this.
you have another one.
Yeah, and he's a poor opposite. He just graduated from Ohio State. It's
It's wild how they can all be different,
It's, we've tried, we do feel bad for him. We know he's got mental health issues, but he has to help himself.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
He can't blame everybody else.
No.
Because even
I thought he was younger than that. When you said 29, I thought he was younger than that. So, yeah,
well, he's
I mean,
very immature.
maybe
He's very immature.
maybe the taste of a little bit of the real world may help.
Maybe. I mean, we're at our wits' end. So what else
Yeah.
can I try? You know. But he got so delusional a couple months ago that he took this car and he took it. He said he was going to give it away to the homeless. This was right around March 10th or so, and a couple weeks before that, end of February, and he gave his shoes away to homeless people. He's driving down in horrible parts of Akron. He got into an altercation with the officer at the bus.
I remember hearing a little bit about this.
Yeah, so he's got that court date,
Yeah.
27th. So I don't know. Let me
Fight at 1792 State Road, AFC. Callers, worker states that a male and female just got in a fight and the male punched the female in the face. They are currently yelling in the back of the lot. Female's in a Nissan Rogue, blue in color.
Charge him with a felony, and they were going to give him 2 years probation. Because the
male is currently walking towards Duncan.
And he told him those two things, bipolar and anxiety. And he said, well, that's not enough to get you into these programs. So, we don't know. Could he be autistic?
Yeah.
Black hoodie, blue shoes.
From what
he had one really psychotic break. He was in your jail down there. And he was
From what you're describing to me, it sounds like there's definitely some things that may be missed. That there may be more going on than what you're saying. And they told you that they wouldn't put him in. There's stuff called like stride court. They said they wouldn't put him in any type of.
I'm only hearing what he
says.
A few weeks ago, and he was a little bit more reasonable. See, right now, I feel like he's a cornered animal because we've told him that we can't take this anymore. We left.
Right.
And we are going to evict him. We posted the thing.
Yeah, I saw that
last week. Okay. So today we were going to evict him because we cannot remove him from the house.
Right.
Once we get him through the eviction process, I mean, I don't care. We're playing all our cards. I will get a restraining order. I will get a restraining order from my mother's house. That's probably the only 2 places. I don't think he's going to bother my brother or sister. So we're done.
Yeah.
We can't. And so when
he's an adult.
Well, he loves to blame us too.
Yeah. That's the first time I met him, he was blaming you guys.
Of course.
And I kind of gave him a little tough love. I was like, dude, you're how old? Come on, man. But that's before I knew the extent of everything, But still, regardless of the extent that's going on, sometimes a little bit of tough love is a good thing.
Of course, right.
Nothing would hurt either calling the court on your own behalf and saying, hey, I'm calling on behalf of mine. And just be like, hey, we really think there's a lot going on mentally. Is there any programs or anything you guys can do with this?
Yeah.
And they should at least give you some direction.
Okay.
He has a public defender?
Yeah, it's a public
Maybe
defender.
even reaching out to him or her as well?
I don't know who it is.
Okay.
I don't know if he would tell me now. He's so angry at us.
If he doesn't, you could always contact the court and just be like, hey, this is what I'm this guy's mother, and I really think he needs some, especially if he doesn't have like a criminal record,
And we left him in jail for a while this time. My husband's like, we're leaving him in there. I said, fine by me. And this time it wasn't about us.
Right.
Every other time he can blame us. What?
Did you guys ask him about the fires in the house?
He may have. I didn't hear the extent of it. I don't know if he did.
He's going to deny. If he didn't,
I'm sure he'd say no.
I mean, about
the court or the jail.
Oh, so this time when he had that serious charge, felony charge, we were like, hey, first we were almost just going to leave him in there, but we figured, well, if he's licensed, we never know. Is he got something or is he? So the trouble is, it's really hard to work with him about keeping up with his meds. You have this kind of disconnect, but I think eventually he got on everything, back on everything he was supposed to be on.
But even if he's on all that and he's doing any type of drugs,
crazy in the jail,
it's just going to
too.
completely counteract everything.
And-
It's going to make it worse
And then he's
because
in
you're on
withdrawal,
things.
because then he's mad
Yeah.
as hell. So I just feel like that's when I said, Scott, we are leaving this house. I said, we cannot stay here. I don't want you staying here. I don't
Yeah.
want Nick staying here. I said, because you just don't know. And I said, this isn't even the most dangerous time. The most dangerous time is when we're actually putting him on a curb, because where's he going to go, officer?
Right.
He's just going to be in this area walking around.
You might be at the
There's nowhere
Dollar
to go.
General Plaza area.
Well, that's what we're here for. We're going to do as much as we can to help, you know.
I
Call us.
appreciate
That's what
it.
we're here
I'm so
for.
sorry.
No,
that,
there's nothing to be
you know,
sorry
because
about. Try to help as much as we can.
it's just,
But I think you guys are doing everything you can do, you know.
we have
Seen a
tried.
lot less, you know, a lot less.
That's both
We
ways.
have, you know,
That's
we're
what I
not-
explained to him last time.
Like he
Good.
he
The email
he
is
has no
Call
idea.
takers now advised
how
to mail
bad
to
it
me
could be.
back at the
Yes.
KFC.
He has been supported and helped.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
Especially
we
until
tried not
29 years old. Most people don't wait this long. Most families.
And I mean, we tried not to be the opposite too.
Yeah.
We tried not to enable him. We tried not to, you know, like give him. Oh, the other day he was railing at us about you gave Nick a BMW, and it was an old $6,000 BMW. It wasn't a brand new BMW. We're not driving any brand
Also,
new cars.
He's
You
29.
gave me this, and I didn't get this. And,
So he goes the Portage Path, right?
well, his doctor, I know his doctor's name. It's Mally. But, okay, well, the reason I say that is because he was at Portage Path, but his doctor just moved somewhere, and he said he wanted to follow her and wherever she was going next. But then something about maybe he was going to do online appointments. But yes, Portage Path, he has been their patient for at least the last 2-3 years.
Okay.
And,
That may not be a bad avenue to contacting them.
okay.
Obviously, there's patient, client
Right.
privilege, but you may be able to just say, hey, I'm the mom of this, and is there anything you can do to help me with the
Yeah.
court system to get him some more help? Because things
Yeah.
aren't obviously... they also have a tip line on there as well. On
Okay.
Portage Path's website that you could go online and do a Portage Path, and you can put a tip line in and be like, hey, and as soon as you put his name in there, the
Oh, I
client,
know that. Okay.
they would know if he's a client, and then you can
Okay.
put like the information on what you want.
Okay.
But yeah, even a more direct way, you could always just call them too.
So I think he actually went to that doctor once in her knee. I have to ask Scott, because Scott took him, because we wouldn't let him have the car. You know, he just went off the rip with him
Yeah.
in jail. So then we thought the car was even, the car got stolen. He tried to sell it to some people in Akron.
Which
and they
car,
just
this one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just stole it, straight up stole it. So then we found out it was an impound, because he was in jail. So we finally, after, a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks, and he was so mad at us about that. He was like, you left me in jail for weeks. And I'm like, if I had known that we were going to be right back to this, I would have left you in jail.
Right.
You're a harm to yourself.
What's his girlfriend like? Does she help or enable?
She seems to be helpful.
Yeah.
One thing I don't like, just today, I came here, she was here. So I brought him some groceries because we're trying to keep him calm.
Yeah.
We don't want to throw fuel on the fire, right? So I bring him some groceries and I ask him again, we try to stay civil. He got a little angry because I didn't know what. Oh, because Scott said, hey, he goes, do you know you left the hose running? Because now Scott has these outside cameras and he saw when he turned the water on. So the hose was running for like 5 hours today. So he goes, well, I forgot. He goes, I forgot I left it home. And Scott said something like, he goes, well, hey, Scott, what'd you say to him about the hose? He said, I forgot I left it on, and you said to him something like, you sure you forgot, or whatever.
No, I just said, well, I saw you on the camera that because it went off at
Motion.
like 11:30
Yeah.
this morning. So he's out there washing those shoes. Okay, whatever. Well, we get here at like 5 o'clock.
Dispatch, false 12, check them.
I end up walking back there. I'm doing trimming. I walk back there and the hose is running.
5 hours.
Yeah. So I pulled up the video and I could see it. It was running ever since
Yeah.
he was there. So he finished washing his shoes. He let the hose down. He grabbed his shoes. Then
Dispatch,
he went
false
and grabbed
27,
the
check them.
hose. put it over closer to the deck. It was further out in the yard.
All good.
Put it closer towards the deck.
18.
And then he stood there for a minute, and then he picked it up and aimed it more towards the house, and then turned around and walked away. So I said, well, I saw you on video. It wasn't an accident.
Right.
Oh, I said sorry. You know, he's always a victim.
That's what happened.
That's wonderful. 342.
You would believe him, but
I think you guys are probably doing the right thing with your eviction. I mean, obviously at this point, you guys can't take the responsibility of the damage and what can come of.
We can't live like this.
No, and this isn't healthy for anyone.
We're 60 years old.
Yeah, this isn't healthy at all. For your kid, other kid, for this, for the whole family. I think you guys did everything that you can.
Right now it's showing down in Marietta, Ohio, closer to the 77 South rest stop
about
area.
19.
I got those tanks set up.
19's about when he got diagnosed with it.
15 minutes in the next
Yeah.
4 hours from now.
That's about the time frame with it all. Yeah.
As it gets worse.
You have
I mean, he
keys
had
to
some
the
social anxiety and stuff. He had a girlfriend. He was fine. I mean,
Yeah.
he graduated.
You'll be able to contact the
Buick.
agency down there.
Buick, when I take off. Thanks, officer.
Yeah, good luck with everything. Call us, like I said.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll do everything we can to help anytime, you know. That's what we're here for.
You're very pleasant. You're one of the best demeanors I've ever spoken
Appreciate
to
it.
as far as an officer.
Appreciate
You're
that.
all great, but
Yeah, I appreciate that.
very demeanors A+.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well done.
Well, I knew he was really off the throne when he was, he was staying with her a little bit, and then he did all that. So he flipped out over there, got paranoid. I mean, he just does the most nonsensical things, and what triggers him? I wish I knew.
You think he will go all right with the eviction?
Will he go?
Yeah, like once you said it's like, yeah. Because did you already tell him? Like he already.
Well, he saw that. He saw that, and I tried to tell him that. I said, well, I told her. I didn't tell him because he was so, he gets aggravated already. But I told her, I said, well, there's cameras through the house, and I said, and we're going to get more security too. And I said, so if anything gets messed up, we're going to know. Because we're just trying to mitigate the damage.
Right.
We don't. I mean, God knows what he's doing.
Right.
So, I don't know if that's enough to keep. I'll tell you this. He didn't like being in jail. He didn't like that one bit.
Well, that's kind of the only path if he continues.
Right.
The behavior, unfortunately, mental health may be a big part of it, but it also is a responsibility that he's got to deal with.
I wish there was some way that, maybe if he had his own apartment and he just did his own thing, but he can't handle the pressures of a job he was delivering pizzas for Pizza Hut. And I remember one time they needed help in the kitchen, and he would do other things inside, but, like, the girlfriend actually made the pizzas, and they wanted him to, he goes, I can't do that, I'm going to look stupid in front of her, and I can't do that. And I'm like, well, I don't know if you've damaged your brain, but you are not a dummy. You got a 3.0 in school.
It sounds like there may be something that's not diagnosed that he's dealing with. Well, I'll put that thing, like I told you, that CIT follow-up.
Okay.
We'll see if he wants any assistance from that.
Okay.
Definitely make a call maybe to Portage Path,
Okay,
and then
we'll do that.
a call maybe to the attorneys or to the
I
court.
think it's Court of Common Pleas.
It should be. Yeah, just Court of Common Pleas. You can find it online. Just give them a call and be like, explain the situation.
Yeah.
They'll direct you there, and just see if there's anything that they can do.
Right.
At least get that in their ear. May be helpful. They may even give you the public defender's information.
Okay.
Obviously, they can't give you what they
I don't know.
speak, but I don't see what the problem would
Right.
be if just knowing who he is. You know.
Right.
But I think that's a good avenue to start with.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of help that way,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
hopefully maybe he'll accept some help from us and go from there.
You only had a crystal ball. And
Right.
You knew, like, what would help you? What would,
Right.
I mean, I'm sure.
You got a car?
Oh, I'm gonna.
Okay, I was gonna say.
These are the two we bought. We've been trying to sell that one.
Is this girlfriend's?
That's girlfriend.
Okay. Well, good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Call us if you need us.
All right.
That's what we're
Thanks
here
a
for,
lot.
alright?
I really appreciate it.
Of course,
All
good
right.
luck. You too.
Area 243 South Main Street for a welfare check. Calls advising there's a female that's walking.
Stop recording.